Bienvenidos a todos ustedes. Welcome all to my channel, Dolls by Mr. Febre. And if you haven't guessed, I am Mr. Febre. Let's just get one thing out of the way. I am sick, so my voice may sound a little bit lower than usual because my voice is very hoarse right now. Anyway, so I am very excited to give this video to you guys. First off, where are my manners? I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. I'm currently recording on a Friday in the afternoon, so I hope you guys' Friday is going well. Anyway, I'm very excited to make this video because I've been anticipating this doll for quite a bit of time. And I am here to review the Barbie and Museum of Modern Art collaboration. She's currently in this box. First off, I wanted to show off this box because this box is humongous. When I came home and I saw this box, I was shocked at how big this box is. I've never received a box this big from Mattel Creations before. And let's get a few things out of the way. So, first off, with the collaboration between Barbie and the Museum of Modern Art, there was a Barbie made that was inspired, or that was a rendition of the Vincent van Gogh Starry Night. So a lot of doll collectors maybe didn't want to buy this doll because of the price. The price is hefty at $160 US. Not including shipping, not including taxes. So a lot of people, a lot of doll content creators that I watched complimented the doll, said it was a beautiful doll, but they will pass on it because of the price. Now, here I am buying this doll. So I bought this doll not because I'm a Vincent van Gogh fan, not because I'm a fan of the Starry Night painting. It's a beautiful painting, but I don't have any type of emotional connection towards it. When it comes to buying a doll that has a steep price like this, I really have to justify in my mind why I want this doll. And when I saw this doll, I can see like the work that was put into this doll. I saw the love that they really put into this, and I see that they really put their all into this. When I can see someone's like passion, when I can see somebody's work in the doll, that's also what influences me to buy the doll. When I notice like the doll that they made of the Vincent van Gogh Starry Night, for me, it showed a lot of love. It showed, which rightfully so, you know, they are doing a collaboration with the Museum of Modern Art. They have to make sure that this doll is a 10 out of 10, and I definitely do see that in this doll. And that's why I purchased her. There have been dolls that there are dolls that have costed less than her, and I passed on just because I wasn't, I guess, connected with the doll. I didn't find something that I truly was entranced by. I feel like for me, another big selling point for me when I buy a doll is if I can look at that doll and just be absolutely like mesmerized, entranced, like a siren singing in the ocean. Like when I am like laser focused on a doll, I'm like, oh my God, like I cannot like not buy you, you know, like that's the way I feel about it. And this doll definitely spoke out to me in that way. When I saw her, I knew she was going to be expensive, but I knew I wanted her no matter what, and I purchased her. And you know, and also the crazy thing is that she's not my most expensive doll. Crazy enough as that may sound, I have purchased dolls that are just as expensive as her, if not more. My most expensive dolls I've ever purchased were my Selena One of a Kind dolls. And again, those are dolls that and they were like probably maybe more than double the price than this one doll alone. So when I purchased those Selena dolls, like, again, I can see the love, the craftsmanship, the work that the artist put into that doll. And that's why I felt justified paying double the price for one of the dolls, because both, it would be triple the amount from this doll. You know what I'm saying? So like, so I'm okay with paying that when I see an artist put their love, their passion, their artistry into it. Like, that's how I can kind of justify it for me. Of course, I do understand. And I also understand also the higher price for this doll, because they are collaborating with the Museum of Modern Art. They have to get their commission. So I understand little business things like that. Is it fun for the buyer? No, but here we are, you know? So anyway, I bought this doll, when it launched on November 10th. And this doll took probably 2 weeks, about 2 weeks to get here. I received her, what day did I receive her? I received her on, I think, December 2nd. So it took probably 2 to 3 weeks for her to get in. It was a long wait. So if you guys, of course, knew that she came on pre-order, so she came on pre-order. I purchased her, and with the shipping and the taxes included, I paid about $185 US. And yeah, so here we go. We are going to unbox her. And I'm so sorry for the rambling. Okay, so now with all that out of the way, I'm going to finally unbox her, and I'll show you how she looks. Give me a moment, because it's gonna take a minute. Okay, but yeah, I just, oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm getting too ahead of myself here. I'm trying to get rid of this box. Okay, so we got that out. And then when you open the box, it comes in this little shipper as well, this little cardboard box. This box really comes secured. Like, honestly, as it should, because of how much you're paying for it. So let's go ahead and take out the second box. Okay, so this is how the box will look when you first receive it. It has the picture of the Barbie right here. And then on the side, it has like the Starry Night art. The back has the doll art concept, and then also just some little information in regards to the doll and the Vincent van Gogh, blah, 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 blah. If you want to read that, I'm not going to read it. And then on the other side, here's another, the other side of the Vincent van Gogh painting. And then, of course, here we have the front of the box again. Okay, so now we are going to unbox or uncover this glorious doll. So let me brace myself here. So here she is. Sorry, I'm gonna have to lower this a little bit. So here she is in all of her glory. And it is just, sorry for the glare here, but this doll is just absolutely beautiful. And I love how, first of all, just this alone is just perfection. Honestly, this packaging is a 10 out of 10 for me. It's so simplistic, but so beautiful. And it gives you the effect of an art exhibit, because when you are looking at art pieces, a lot of the time it just has like a very, very much a platform with glass around it. And it gives very much that. It makes you think that you're at an actual, like, this is an art piece and you're looking into an art gallery. This is how I would think of how art would be displayed. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to, yes, I am going to take her out of the box. And I'm going to show you guys, you know, the app, like every single type of detail that I can. I will be removing her from here. And on the back has information on the Vincent van Gogh painting here. And then, you know what's crazy is the fact that they literally on the top give you instructions on how to unbox this doll. I'm not like geeking out about her now, because I did actually open her, not open the actual box, but I uncovered her when she came in, because I was waiting for 3 weeks and I was very impatient. So I wanted to see how she looked. So that's why I'm not geeking out. I was geeking out when I got home that day and I started looking at her. But yes, this is her, how she looks, an absolute work of art. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to maybe angle the camera differently so I can show how to unbox her. And then we'll go ahead and do like the in-depth boxing review. So I'm going to change the camera angle right now. All right, so I have it in this angle. Excuse that it looks a little crooked. Excuse me for that. Anyway, so yes, it gives you instructions on how to unbox her, but you know, some people are visual learners, so I'm going to do it I'm going to show you guys step by step on how to do it. So it says that the first thing to do is to just open the box here, like this. Move that out of the way. And then it also says to unclip this here like this. So on the sides here, there are 2 little holes. So you're supposed to open up those holes. It's on either side here. And then it says to push this up like this. Now, in the back here, there's also a separate piece where it's the Vincent van Gogh art here. So we're gonna move that out of the way too. And then this is how the Barbie will look. And then of course here, this part comes off as well. And underneath, you'll see the doll stand. So now, what we are going to do is I'm going to take her out on all of this plastic, and then we will go ahead and give her a review. And in the back, of course, she has those damn T-ties or T-tags right here. She has four T-tags here, and then she has the typical just plastic wrap that Barbie typically comes with. It's also on her feet as well over here. So we'll go ahead and we will unbox her, or I'll take down all of the plastic and then I'll go ahead and put her on your display stand, and then we'll do a full review. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and flip the camera over right now. All right, so we are on the other side, and this is the Barbie X Museum of Modern Art doll. And wow, she is absolutely stunning. Now, a few things I want to mention too when you are unboxing her, if you are looking to take her out of the box. The gown was based, of course, to kind of fluff out the gown. But the cool thing about this is, and something that I haven't really seen on a lot of dolls, is they added extra thread to the dress. So you can cut the thread right here so it doesn't snag the fabric. So why hasn't that been done with all the dolls? I don't know. But yes, with this doll here, the dress had was based down, and then it had extra pieces of thread here that you cut first so it doesn't snag the fabric. So that's really cool. It also had that on the back here with the back piece. You'll see the piece of fabric or the piece of thread here. So just something to look out for. She was fairly easy to unbox. No complaints there. She had pretty much minimal plastic that you had to cut. So before we begin, once again, I mentioned this with my birth ballet wishes doll. She did not come with a certificate of authenticity. I'm not sure if, I'm not sure if maybe they think, this is a one of a kind, not necessarily one of a kind, but considering that this is like the only collaboration that they're doing with the Museum of Modern Art, it's like there's not going to be a replica of this, or there's not going to be a bootleg version. I don't know. But yeah, for my doll specifically, she did not come with a certificate of authenticity, which is interesting. Considering how expensive this doll is, you want to make sure that she's legit. Anyway, the stand is so heavy. It feels like a stand that you would get like for your silkstone Barbies. Yeah, this stand, again, very simplistic, but it's very, very heavy, very hefty, which is super cool. I'll put her on the stand later on because I'm going to show you like a full in-depth on the doll. Or why don't I do it now? Give me one sec. All right, so she is on her stand. She fits pretty good on her stand. The only thing, however, is I feel that it kind of puffs up the dress a little bit when I put her on the stand. If you see, there's a little bit of loose fabric hanging here. So yeah, something that I will say is when you put her on the stand, the dress may rise up a little bit. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started on this review. So I'm gonna lower. Okay, so we have her face here, and she has the Claudette face mold. Let me go ahead and just, again, remove her from the stand. Sorry. Okay, so we have her in the Claudette face mold here. If I can focus her. Okay, there we go. Now, Claudette is definitely one of my favorite face molds, and I just want to talk about this. I was reading some people that have received this doll and they left reviews, and there was people out there that were criticizing the face mold, saying that it was an awful face mold. I guess rebuttal that I have to that is, you saw the promo images, you knew that this was going to be the face mold, so why would you purchase a doll if you don't like the face mold? Another criticism I saw too was people didn't like her skin tone. For some reason they thought it'd be more, I think, darker. They thought it was, since it was called Starry Night, they thought that she'd have a dark skin tone. I don't know how much darker they thought it would be. But again, I think people were saying that the promo images misled on her skin tone, but to be honest, I feel like the skin tone is exactly the way the promo images were advertising it. It's a very, it's a very medium tan type of skin tone. I don't know what they were expecting. A lot of the criticism I saw was just more so like things that were advertised on the promo images. So I don't understand, why there was such a discrepancy between the client or the buyer and the doll, considering that, in my opinion, the doll looks very accurately descripted in the promo images. I don't know. But anyway, so yes, she has a Claudette face mold here. And she has these gold earrings, and it has like a very light tint of blue, which is really cool. I don't know if you can see that, like shining, but that is super cool. And I think this piece is so freaking cool. It feels very much like embroidered, but it's kind of like, I don't even know what to call it, because it's not like a headpiece, but it's like, it makes me think of like a board, like a board for your bed, like a baseboard, a headboard. She got a nice headboard going on. No, just kidding. But yes, it's like supposed to be like the little swirls from the Starry Night, and it's held down with some basting stitch, or some tags or tabs or whatever you want to call them here. And then let's try to get let's see if I can get this to focus. So that's how that looks. And if you see here, the extra piece of thread, it was based from here to here. And what I like about that is I would prefer, extra thread to just cut the thread out so you don't snag the fabric or you don't cut a hole through the fabric. So I think it's really cool. So that's how the headpiece looks. And then she does come with, I believe, I don't know if they're metal snaps. They look like metal snaps, actually. They look like metal snaps to me. Sorry, I can't focus that. But yeah, she comes with 1, 2, 3 metal snaps, I believe. She has like that transparent elastic to hold her dress up. And then she has one glove. And the glove feels like, oh, some of her hair is loose. The glove feels like velvet, and it's like a black color, not like jet black. It looks like maybe like an off black. And then She has like this, I don't even know what to call this, like a, oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. Again, is that extra fabric, extra thread here. So something that I just realized is that this part of her shawl was connected here, but again, it was through the thread, so it's not going to snag, considering that if it was like one of those plastic tabs, then yes, it would snag. So yeah, she comes with this shawl here, and it's like a transparent fabric, which is so cool. And it has like, of course, the Starry Night design on it. One thing I'll say is that I feel that if there's one criticism I'll give, like the promo images, I feel like, of course, here with the light, it looks more vibrant. But I will say that the promo images, the colors look more vibrant to me. Here they look slightly more muted, but of course I'm showing this in daylight in the sun, so of course she looks super bright. But typically at night, she looks the colors look a little bit more dimmed down. And maybe because of course it's nighttime, I don't know. So yes, the shawl goes all the way around. It's over here. I just think it's so cool how it's see-through. I do like that a lot. And then the part of the shawl here is based here with the thread here. I'm not going to remove that. But yeah, it is so freaking cool. I love it. Okay, and then of course, here is the dress over here. And then she also has a ring, of course. And like the earrings, the ring also has kind of like a little blue tint to it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very, very subtle, which I think is so cool. Again, it's like the attention to detail. And then her nails are painted blue. And then let's see where this is coming from. And then she also has like this other, like, I don't know what it's called. It's like chiffon fabric that goes all the way around here to the back over here. And then from the dress, she has let's see. I'm not sure if you were to remove this, if this comes off the dress or not. I don't know if like this is like a stitch where you have to take off and it'll actually be like two pieces. I don't know that. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to attempt that. So this is the dress. She has like a mermaid style cut, and then it flares out here. And of course it is lined and hemmed, I believe. I don't know, I'm not a designer. It's interesting. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, pretty much everything's lined perfectly. It has a little bit, it looks like elastic, but it does not stretch. So that's how the inside looks. Very simple. It's interesting that they didn't use many panels. It looks like just one gigantic panel. That's very interesting. And then here, I think it's just so beautiful how they added the pearls here for the Starry Night. Again, it's just very much the attention to detail here. I love the little pearls the pearl accents, plus here too, the pearls that they added. And then this part, of course, flares out. It has I don't even know what this is called. I know that there is a doll content creator. I'm not going to name names, and I'm not saying this to be shady, but I remember this person said how a criticism they had of the doll is just like this random black glove that they have. They didn't like the black glove, but it's supposed to, be like simulate this thing. I'm not sure if they knew that or not. I'm not saying that to be shady, I promise. I'm just like, that's the reason why they added that single black glove. Because I did think like, well, why would they do that? And of course, it's because of this reason. So yeah, and that's how it looks. And it has like the designing on the bottom here. Absolutely beautiful. And it just like, of course, like this does not feel printed on. And something that's interesting is I feel like these are two fabrics. Like I feel that this is a transparent fabric. And then of course, what gives it that opaqueness is the solid fabric here. But I do believe that this fabric is see-through. If I look closely, It does feel like it's see-through here, yeah. Maybe. That's really cool. And then we go down to her shoes, and these are a new shoe mold. I think these are absolutely killer heels, or they're like wedges. And again, they're supposed to be like inspired by the Vincent van Gogh, because this is a theme. I'm trying to get these to focus. There we go. They're just so beautifully constructed. Now, I do have some concerns about these heels because these are like what is it called? Like the mules, where that has like that single strap here. What I'm afraid of is that with time, or as older that this doll may get, that the strap may snap off, because if anybody has owned some of the Barbie reproduction dolls from the 60s, and a lot of the dolls come with the mules, and a lot of the time, the center of the heel will snap off. I've had that with a lot of the dolls that I have from the reproduction era. And I've had to, put crazy glue on them to reattach them. But if I look, the strap looks very hefty. Like if you see, it looks like it has a lot of heft to it. The Barbie heels, or the mules that come with the reproduction dolls, it looks like a very thin strap. So I will give these straps props that they look very hefty and thick. But I just think it's so cool how they are constructed. And of course, this is like a custom heel, because no other Barbie has ever come with these type of heels before. And then her toenails are painted too. She has a pedicure of blue. And then these elastics are holding up the wedges. I did not put these up. Typically with other dolls, I do typically do this, but with these already come with them. Okay, so let me put her back. And for those of you who are wondering, this is not just loose fabric from the design. This actually was part of the packaging. I just haven't removed them yet. If you see here, this is what based the dress down. Sorry that it's blurry, but that part there based the dress down instead of using like a T-tag, which I think is it's very good for them to do, because of course it's going to minimize any snagged fabric, any holes that'll get created. So bravo to them on that. Okay. So now we're going to get to her hair. Her hair is, I forgot to talk about her beautiful little centerpiece too here. It's actually, I just realized this, it's a headband. If you see here, there is that little transparent, I don't know if I can focus that. There you go. It's a transparent band that the Luna, or the moon, will be able to stay on. I was actually wondering if it was stitched or whatever. Okay, so now let's get to the hair. You know, I am a blonde girly. I love girls and dolls and boys and whatever with blonde hair. That's my thing. I love me some blonde hair. And very useless fact about me, November 26th, was actually the anniversary of when I first went blonde for the first time. It was my 12th anniversary. I've been blonde for 12 consecutive years. So thank you so much. I'll take my reward. Anyway, so this is her hair. I love the color of the hair. It is like a golden blonde color, like a butter blonde. And to be honest, it suits her skin tone very perfectly, because when you have a warm skin tone, I'm sorry, this can't focus. When you have a warm skin tone, I typically feel like sometimes if you put gold blonde hair on gold skin, it can not look the most flattering in my opinion. So I feel like this hair color complements her skin perfectly. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I love the different hues of blue that they added in here. They added dark blues, sky blue, then they have like a nice pale blue. I just love the different blues that they added. If I can just give one criticism or whatever, is I don't really care for the, what is this? The gel streaks in the hair. It makes, in my opinion, I feel like it makes the hair look oily. Now, as I mentioned with previous videos, I personally don't mind if a doll has gel in their hair, because it's gonna, if there's a doll that's gonna have a certain look, they're gonna have to use gel. I don't mind a doll having product in their hair. However, in the promo images, of course, the hair looks more, like softer. Like it looks like you could run your fingers through the hair. If I can do a side by side. It looks just more thicker. It looks more flowy. And again, it looks like she doesn't have a bunch of gel in her hair. Like, I don't mind if a doll has gel in the hair, but I also, it's like, as long as the doll doesn't look like they have product in their hair, I do like that. This doll, of course, looks like she has product in her hair. Again, I don't know if this was photoshopped in any way, but the hair definitely looks thicker here, because if you look at the top, how this is just so voluptuous, and then this part here just kind of looks kind of flat. Overall, it just looks like this hair looks so flowy. It looks like there's no product in the hair, and this one, it definitely looks like the hair has been gelled down. That's one criticism I have. Does it bother me? No, it does not. But it's just, again, just a preference, I guess. But yes, everything about this doll, it's perfection to me. I'm just so happy that I bought this doll. Again, I just think that, yeah, she's absolutely perfect. Like, I feel that for the $160 price point, you know, I feel like they did deliver with this doll. She's absolutely beautiful. I can't think of, and oh, something I forgot to mention, she does have the Model Muse articulation, which she can only, of course, move her head, her shoulders, and her legs. She only has the 5 points of articulation. So let's go ahead and I will give you my final thoughts on the doll. All right, so my final thoughts on the Barbie X Museum of Modern Art doll, inspired by the Starry Night of Vincent van Gogh. I think she looks absolutely beautiful. She's, in my opinion, she's a 10 out of 10 to me. I can see, again, the passion, the artist. I can see the love that was put into this doll. One thing I'll say though, I feel that maybe what would have made people be more geared to buying this doll is if maybe they add an extra element to make it worth the price point. Like, for example, if they used a silkstone body. I think if this doll had a silkstone body, then a lot of people would have been like, okay, I guess I can see the price, you know? This is just a standard, you know, Model Muse body. It doesn't feel too light, but it definitely doesn't feel heavy at all. Because when I feel this doll, like, if you remember, like, the OG Model Muse girls from, like, the 09s, 010s, they were pretty heavy. And then, of course, the new modern Model Muse girls, they feel very light. This is, like, in the middle, in between. Although she's not a silkstone doll, I'm very impressed and I'm very just in awe with her. She's absolutely stunning. Not even the doll, but I also love the packaging as well. And I understand that there's some doll collectors that don't care about the packaging. They'll say, just give me the doll, put all the quality in the doll. But for some people that like to collect the display boxes, I'm half and half, depending on the box. But I will definitely be keeping the box on this doll because it's absolutely beautiful. She looks like a work of art. They have her displayed in the box like a work of art. And again, they definitely put their handling care with this doll, in my opinion, by the way that they shipped her to me. I just have like nothing negative to really say about this doll. Like I mentioned, the one critique I may have is just not the quality, but like the styling of the hair, the execution. I wish it looked less jelly, you know, and a little bit more thicker and full, but that's perfectly fine. Again, you're working with doll hair. As someone who rebroods dolls, I can understand how difficult it is sometimes to make a style without it looking heavily gelled down or just too bulky. So I can kind of empathize, I guess, to an extent. So yes, from the doll to the fabrics, to the quality of the fabrics, to even the doll stand itself, it's just a complete 10 out of 10 for me. I absolutely love this doll. If you have any spare money to purchase this doll, I definitely would say go for it. She's an absolute work of art. And for me, I also wanted to purchase her too, because it's like, once she's gone, she's gone. And if you try to buy her later on with those third-party sellers, are gonna charge you probably 3 times the amount this doll was actually worth. So that's why I wanted to buy this doll too, because I knew that if I passed up on her and I wanted to buy her, she was gonna be hella expensive. So I would definitely say if you have the money lying around, I know it's a hard time right now with Christmas coming up to spend money on yourself. I know I know it's difficult, but if you have some spare change, then I would definitely say to definitely get this doll. She's absolutely stunning. I don't have any regret purchasing her. She definitely is probably, as of now, one of my most favorite dolls. Unfortunately, no doll, no offense, no doll will ever surpass my one-of-a-kind Selena dolls. Those girls are just, they're top tier. They'll never be replaced. So this is maybe a close third place, you know, which is, in my opinion, the highest place to have for a standard doll in my collection. Anyway, so yes, this is my final thoughts on the Barbie X Museum of Modern Art doll, inspired by the Starry Night art piece. So yes, that's all pretty much I have to say, and I hope you guys would tune in next time with my other thoughts and opinions on other dolls. So bye-bye.